the more this saga with Lawrence Hodge and Mullen broadly gets dragged out, the more it actually makes Lawrence Hodge look like the bad guy in all this.
Say what?
Hi again, everyone. Hope you're all doing really well. So Thursday was another bad day for Mullen stock, with it dropping by just under 10% per share. However, interestingly, it regained a lot of that ground in the aftermarket off no real official news at all. So what's going on there? It's, we can speculate about some stuff going on with shorts and stuff, but I'm not too worried about it. Other people cover that much more in depth than I do. But I had a bit of a thought the other day, or last night, when I was thinking about the whole Lawrence Hodge situation. Now, one of the things is his behavior online, and that's obviously been a bit of a problem for a lot of people. And I never really thought much about it before, but it sort of dawned on me a little bit last night. The fact that Lawrence Hodge has always sort of talked about like how good his technology is, and it's proven itself. That's kind of something he's kind of really fallen back on, and sort of almost to the point of a complaint come out about. Now, obviously to me, that means people are obviously questioning the legitimacy of, his EMM technology product. And he's obviously comes out in rebuttal and says that, yes, I've done all this testing, and he's even provided some data showing the test results from it. Now, one of the things that's apparently holding up this deal with Mullen Technologies and Lawrence Hodge through MAEO is that Mullen wants this technology tested on 3 of their vehicles by the EPA. Now, this might seem like a little bit weird because people thought, well, hasn't it already been tested on some Mullen vehicles? However, what do you have to keep in mind? If you can cast your mind back to 2017, the EPA issued a huge fine to Volkswagen, $2.8 billion, for deceiving customers about, its diesel vehicles, and, by fraudulating the test results. Now, obviously, this isn't exactly the same because we're dealing with EV technology rather than diesel fuel combustion technology. But if you're deceiving, if there's any doubt that there is some deception going on in terms of the environmental impact of the product that they're going to sell, Mullen could be really opening themselves up to a bit of a significant lawsuit if they start putting this product in their vehicles, as well as also if this product is actually being sold to other businesses. Mullen wanting this tested by the EPA actually makes a lot of sense. They're in the green space. They need to make sure that what they're doing, and what they say they're doing, is the reality. And that's kind of the testing there. So the fact that Lawrence Hodge has been a bit funny about that kind of does raise more concerns about maybe how legitimate his technology is. And if you want to get really more worried about it, and not saying that I totally agree with this, just a thought that's kind of been playing on my mind a little bit. But if you also look at the fact that it's Mullen Automotive that Lawrence Hodge has chosen to go into a partnership with, rather than another automaker, that also does obviously raise in itself a bit of a red flag about what's this technology. Now, obviously, I'm hoping that Mullen's doing the right thing and everything's above board, but if Lawrence Hodge's technology is as revolutionary as people are saying it is, why is it only a company like Mullen that's looking to pick it up? Why wouldn't a company, obviously like Tesla, be interested in this? Does Tesla already have something that mimics this technology? So, it does create a bit of doubt around, the product. Now, obviously, Lawrence Hodge has kind of initially come out and said that he likes the vision of Mullen and their ambitions, and I can get behind that too. But obviously, the whole way this saga has played out has been, not ideal for showcasing the potential legitimacy of this EMM technology. So, I guess you could sort of say that maybe some investors are thinking that Lawrence Hodge might have been faking it till he makes it, and that might be what's going on. I really hope it's not, but if the technology is legitimately working, I see no reason why it shouldn't be tried and tested by the EPA. And if it's anywhere near as good and groundbreaking as we're being led to believe it is, you should be putting it through these tests. You need to make sure it's legitimate. Yeah, so just a couple of thoughts. I just thought I'd share them now. I know it's a bit of a ramble like a lot of my videos are, but it was just something that was plaguing my mind last night that, I haven't really addressed it. I've kind of always taken the news at face value when I've talked about it on here, but it's just one thing that I've kind of been thinking about a little bit. It's like maybe the technology is not as legitimate as we may think. I really hope it is. I'm not trying to say this to spook people, but it's just a thought that's really kind of come into my mind, and perhaps why there's been a bit of a hold up with the deal. I know obviously we've spoken about Lawrence wants more money. That's possibly definitely a source for holding up the deal. But yeah, it's kind of, there's obviously multiple elements to what's going on here. I, for one, really hope that this issue gets resolved and that this technology is every bit as brilliant as we've been led to believe it is. And, if that's the case, it means, Mullen's potentially looking at making some good profits from the technology. And I think it's also important to stress that, I think we're starting to see a bit of a shift in, what people are talking about right now. We're not looking at Lawrence Hodge as closely anymore. We're kind of starting to refocus on the operations of the company as they, start to gear up manufacturing, which is important because at the moment, that's what Mullen's core business is. The MAEO LLC is just another sort of element of what they're doing. It's just one of their projects. Perhaps that's one of the criticisms of Mullen is that they've got their hands in a lot of projects at once and stretching their resources thin. Perhaps why we've had so much dilution. But, it's, kind of where things are at now. I'll just say one last little comment. Lawrence Hodge has kind of come out again on the socials a bit. He's done a bit more doctoring of his socials. He removed his, his recent live chat, which broke all the hearts of Mullen fans expecting some big Saudi deal, only to reveal that he's still negotiating with Mullen. However, he did put up a post saying that they're still working through the deal, and he kind of from that I kind of read that he thinks that things are still going ahead with the Mullen deal, which kind of, I guess, reaffirms the video I did yesterday, where I said that, now that the fact that they've formed this LLC, it's not going to be as easy to back away from the deal as many people might be thinking. Lawrence isn't just about to walk away. There would be consequences for either party who try to walk away. Anyway, just a few thoughts, bit of a ramble, a bit later today, but just the way my day's worked out. I hope you're all doing well. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I always forgot to say it. The banter's been amazing down there. You guys are amazing. Anyway, may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.